This is NBA basketball on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. I'm Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr with Doris Burke on the sideline. The Portland Trail Blazers came away with the win their last meeting this season against the Minnesota Timberwolves. An incredible season series, complete domination. They've won all the matchups so far.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
And check. Checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Buckets, he's in at point guard. Pekovic is out there with Young. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Martin in at the shooting guard. Now here is Aldridge. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Marcus Aldridge with a career high in scoring last season, top 10 in the league. Such a versatile offensive game. He can knock down the jump shot and also post up down low.
That shot's good from Buckets.
For three.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Matthews against Martin. And Matthews kicks to Lillard. Back to Matthews. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Matthews. Batum's screen on Martin. Just 5 on the clock. Nobody near Lillard. Tries again. In deep. Aldridge drops it in.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Here's Clutch, covered by Lillard. Young passes to Buckets. Dishes it to Pekovic. Aldridge with the block, but they get it back. Three-pointer, Martin, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And Aldridge is a player with outstanding touch. Shoots over 80% from the line and is able to hit jumpers with his high release, high arcing shot. It's one of the prettiest and most difficult shots to deal with.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Well, we've got a moment here. Let's now see who the league's top scorers are. Damian Lillard, third.
And his contribution to this team, I mean, can't be understated. His scoring on a night-in, night-out basis has been fantastic.
Here's Buckets. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively, they look great.
Lillard outside. He feeds it to Batum. Back to Lillard. The dish to Kaman. The shot is off. Great D that time from Bekovic. Timberwolves leading by 7. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Terry Stotts.
Well, Kevin, he knows they're looking for the season sweep tonight, and he said they'd be leaning on their big men to provide that anchor inside. He told me we've got the size to challenge shots and swat them away. That's been a big edge for us. They start to look over their shoulder. Into the lane. And guys, maybe that's the reason they've been so tough to deal with.
Thanks, Doris. And given the scoring talent on the floor, defensive mindedness definitely a key here, guys.
They can win the battle at that end of the floor. I think they've got a great chance to win.
Well, I agree, because if they don't do that, Steve, what happens at the other end isn't going to matter. It'll be futile.
Now Lillard, after the missed 3 from buckets. Lillard left side. 3 from Matthews. Here's Kaman. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Martin.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup. This Kaman is always known as an ambidextrous scorer in the low block. Has also now developed a deadly stroke from mid-range. That's a rare combo for a 7-footer.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Minnesota. Brewer comes in for Wiggins. Here's Buckets. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Buckets got 10 points.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Here's Aldridge, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. 8 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
You know, offensively, his quarter has been perfect. Not a single missed shot. They've got to keep riding.
Buckets passes to Dang. Wants to get it to Brewer and does. Here's Buckets. They double him with Matthews. Got a piece of it and stolen by Lillard. A minute 42 left in the first. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Thomas Robinson, who's checked in for Kaman. Wright comes in for Nicholas. Collins checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Damian Lillard. Ricky Rubio checked in for the Timberwolves. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running through buckets. Coach is looking for something special from him. He's usually not their main option at the offensive end, but it looks like he's going to be today. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against the Kings in Sacramento.
They looked very stable, pretty much from the get-go, guys. A solid output, solid effort. And, you know, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game, but they were pretty solid there.
I was very impressed with the balance they displayed, guys. Different people carrying the load, scoring, making assists, unselfish play. Everything was working for them to get that victory. Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Here's Blake after the basket by Minnesota. Pass to McCollum. At the elbow, it's Aldridge. Fades away. That's good. Aldridge has got 10.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Rubio, the pass to Buckets. Corner shot. That one goes. Counts. 16 points for him. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Timberwolves lead by 7. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Now for Portland, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Wright. Matthews comes in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Steve Blake. So on the floor for Minnesota, Buckets, he's in at the point. Corey Brewer is out there with Martin. And it's Young, and it's Levine in at the 2.
Well, Portland, Oregon is a very different kind of NBA town. A popular motto around here is keep Portland weird. So a sort of counterculture that the fans and the citizens in Portland embrace. But it's a one-team town, and the fans have always shown incredible support for their beloved Blazers.
Aldridge kicks to Batum. Aldridge inside, covered by Brewer. Portland again missing. Minnesota leading by 12. And Portland, one of the smaller markets. Got the weather situation, a little bit rainy up there. Not a top free agent destination, but great history.
Yeah, and for some players, it can really connect and click for them. You know, Damian Lillard said that Portland just fits him. It feels like home. And Robin Lopez said, hey, I'm a little bit weird myself. So for players with a bit of renegade or a different approach in their DNA, they fit right in, man.
3 on the clock. Damian Lillard drafted with the 6th pick back in 2011. That pick, guys, acquired from the Nets in an exchange for Gerald Wallace. Steve, I'd say a pretty good trade for the Blazers.
Yeah, well, remember the Nets were in win-now mode. They were trying to keep Darren Williams happy, so they felt like the trade for Wallace would do that. The Blazers, in turn, I mean, they were rebuilding, and so they found the perfect deal at the right time and ended up drafting the future Rookie of the Year.
Minnesota making a switch here. Pekovic is checked in. Young trying to break free. A second chance effort, and Pekovic with the lay-in. Pekovic has got his second bucket of the night.
Was the box out. Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team. And Lillard's star is continuing to rise, but, you know, he still thrives on that underdog status. He shrugs off the hype, doesn't really let it affect him. Still serving him well as he continues to grow as an NBA player.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Lillard. Over in the corner, Matthews. Lillard attacking. Nice fake with the layup off the mark. And through the first half.
Hey guys, we've really taken the life out of this crowd, but I still want to talk to you.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Some fantastic numbers for Buckets. He's got 24 points. The most.
Timberwolves leading by 16. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Thanks, Kev. Buckets in their last matchup against the Kings was superb. He finished with 63 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing, Clark.
Yeah, I agree. I was just glad I got a chance to witness it. It's always such a special night when a player of his caliber gets so locked in and focused.
And, you know, in an 82-game season with so much talent, every once in a while, everything's going to click. And that was definitely the case that night.
Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. Pekovic.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Coach. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list. Well, a chance to check out Damian Lillard here. Last 10 games for him, excellent. 5th in assists. And he's in the top 15 in points per game, so he's a guy you have to account for defensively.
And, you know, we'd be remiss not to say a word about his outstanding assist ranking. Come on now. I mean, this guy is one of the top assist men in the game and doing it with flair and fundamental soundness. That's special.
And here they come. No good from buckets.
You know, his finishing ability leaves a lot to be desired, guys. He needs to take it to the basket stronger.
Lillard outside. Kaman, a screen on Martin. Batum dishes to Kaman. Can't hit. And Minnesota now the other way. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip.
Yeah, and you know the fans out in L.A. really hoping for a win in that one.
Lillard with it. He's got 8.
Thaddeus Young is a left-hander out of Georgia Tech. Only played 1 year in college and has really rounded into a nice pro. He's a very unique player. He's a face-up, slashing power forward with a lightning-quick first step. He's really hard to keep in front.
A different look now for Portland. Wright comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Wesley Matthews. Here's buckets. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Now, the way this defense is playing out there, I mean, they might as well not be there. That's 5 straight wide-open threes.
Yeah, and that's way too many. I mean, typically teams will get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide-open threes, but they just haven't figured it out yet.
McCollum passes to Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Aldridge has got 4 points this quarter.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Buckets passes to Martin. The tray. And again, the 3-point shot from Buckets. Buckets got 36.
They're going back to the 3-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. And here are the young Bombers, the players that have led the rookie ranks in 3-point shooting since. The All-Star break. You take a look at Buckets. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
As with those other guys, his shot has been pure since the All-Star break. But he's also worked on making his release a little quicker as the year's gone on.
And Steve, you know better than anyone how important it is in the NBA to have a quick trigger, especially when you're kind of anchored to the ground as you were as a shooter.
McCollum kicks to Aldridge. Rejected by Young. Here's Buckets. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Now
I don't know, Clark. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
There's 1:54 left in the third. Aldridge with a screen on Rubio. Blake kicks to Kaman. Passes it to Blake. Tries it from the top of the key. Rebounded by Pekovic.
And Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yeah, well deserved. I mean, they have worked their tails off on the glass.
Now, he's playing with an edge here, playing extremely well offensively here in the second half.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's McCollum.
I think C.J. McCollum has all the makings of an outstanding combo guard. 6'4", great shooter, capable ball handler. Should be able to play either guard position.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And I love their hustle because they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities just as a result of playing hard.
Robinson's checked in for Portland. Gorgie Dang's checked in for the Timberwolves. Brewer comes in for Wiggins. And what do you like about McCollum? He plays bigger, I think, than his height listed.
You know, during his college career at Lehigh, he averaged 6 rebounds a game and competed well defensively against bigger guards. So he's got a little chip that he plays with, which I like.
Rubio. That is good. Rubio's got 7 points.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
McCollum up top, guarded by buckets. Wright outside. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Wright. From past the arc. And that one's good. 6 points for him.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start, but they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
It's tipped. The pass to buckets, expanding his range. Portland grabs the miss. Aldridge has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's McCollum in the corner. Rebound by Dang.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Timberwolves ahead, running away with it. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make, and he makes it flawlessly to set up that alley-oop.
Minnesota shooting the ball with incredible accuracy. 68% so far. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Budinger. Anthony Bennett is out there with Jang. Then there's Brewer. And it's Levine at the 1 spot. And for Portland, they're shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. And here is Blake. Here's the screen. To the wing on the left. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wright. Releases from the wing and drills it. Wright's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Trailblazers. Here's Levine. And the shot is long.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot,
Let's see what you got, son.
Oh, I got plenty.
Freeland. Wesley Matthews checked in for Crabb. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Steve Blake. Lillard dishes to Kaman. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Gorgie Dan. Wiggins comes in for Bennett. Martin's checked in for Chase Budinger. And it's Buckets in for Levine.
Buckets.
The Timberwolves again can't hit. Lillard, right side.
I think we can all agree that the NBA has become a bit of a nicer, friendlier league over the past few decades. Less animosity with players and less brutal rivalries, but there is still a level of trash talking going on, and I think at times it's a factor in games.
Buckets nailed from three-point land. Buckets got 47 points.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
And Matthews kicks to Lillard. From downtown, Pekovic with the rebound. Pekovic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Tries a 3. Matthews with the rebound. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Here's Batum. Pekovic with the rebound. Pekovic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Lets it go from the wing. The shot's good from Buckets. Buckets got 49 points in the game.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
Lillard outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
And that's good for 3 points. A shot from Buckets. Buckets got 8 points in the quarter.
Wow. What can you say?
Lillard left side. Shot to stop the run, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
It's been a rough shooting night for him, but I don't mind that shot. He had a good look at it.
Here's Buckets. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Wow, this 4th quarter has just been tremendous for them from deep.
Yeah, they're locked in and putting up a ton of points from outside.
Martin against Matthews. Wright sets a screen for Lillard. Looking to end his cold spell, and the layup is good.
Well, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
The Timberwolves have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. The shot's good from Buckets.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Offensive rebound. Kaman. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
Here's Buckets. And another 3 for Minnesota.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for Minnesota.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And they will avert a season series sweep. They showed major heart to finally put a win up on the board, but still ending the year with a record of 1-3 against the Trailblazers.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Buckets. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do anything really to stop him. It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Portland's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Right, the pass to Keenan. The three for Matthews. Minnesota with the rebound.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
Here's Clutch, defended by Batum, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. That's good from buckets. Both teams will make substitutions. Both shots good from the stripe. Here comes McCollum. Blake up top. Here's Freeland. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. First free throw is good.
At the line for your Trailblazers, Joel Freeland.
He hits both from the stripe. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but
Jonathan, next. You're up.
You guys have been making it look easy these last few games. How long do you think it'll last?
Gonna last as long as I'm in the lineup. I ain't going nowhere. Better get your popcorn ready.
Okay, Kelly in front. What do you got?
Do you feel like you've been taking too many shots from long range lately?
Maybe. I don't know. But I do know if I'm gonna be taking a lot of threes, I better be making something like I did tonight. It felt good to see the ball go through the hoop, though.
You, sir.
Everyone's talking about your little social media snafu. Care to comment?
No comment. I'd like to keep that private.
Private. That's a good one. Maybe you should have thought about that before blasting your intentions to lead the team to the universe.
You know what? You live and you learn, so let's move on.
Move on. To the next team most likely.
Hey, listen. We're good. I spoke with the organization and the powers that be. We've decided to move on together. So, there's no... Stop fishing.
He's right. We're done here. Well done.
Thank you.
With this social media scandal thing going, you've alienated your teammates, the fans, and management.
That wasn't my intention.
But that's what happened. That's why I keep an extra cell at home just for conversations I want to keep to myself. And that bad boy never leaves the house.
An extra cell?
Just keep your